G'day guys, got a Gold Monster here, and I've got an old beat up resurrected GP Extreme, and I'll get rid of these. Yeah, I was using that to work on the old GP Extreme, but what I want to try and do and see if we can make a GP Extreme as sensitive as a Gold Master. And I said, in my other videos, I said, I'm pretty sure I can do it. Well, we'll give it a go and we'll see what happens. Got this Gold Monster with its, what do you want to call it, GM10 coil on it. So it's basically very, very similar to this elliptical double D. So we'll give it a go. These things are a double D, by the way. So we'll turn him on. Now I've got it in full automatic mode. Actually, I will have now, full automatic mode, all metal, so it gives its deepest possible range. And what I'll do now, the head units are top heavy, spin it around. So 0.05. About there it puts out. You can see that. I don't know if you can. Back in. So whatever that is, we should measure it, but I don't know where the blue ruler is. Could be anywhere. Might be out in the stuff I had set up to go do some tests. But we'll go to full manual on this anyway. So, okay, this is cranked as hard as this thing will go. So, and it's going to pick up noise, of course. But anyway, it's in the noise there. So that's as far as we can go, whatever that is. Clear signal. About there. So we're getting some sort of, oh dear me. And you've got to remember, in mineralized ground, that depth will fall away massively. It's okay for an air test, but in mineralized ground it'll fall away. But using the pulse induction detector, it's basically the same. With mineralized ground or not, it just detects the same distance. So we'll fire this thing up. If I hit the right switch, nothing's labeled on this. I've got to go by memory. So there's this old GP Extreme. It probably hasn't had volts on it for many, many years. So away it goes. 0.05. So what do you think of that? The main thing is it ground balances, even on the Kalgoorlie hot rock. We get a massive signal out of this, like fully overloads the detector. If I get the Kalgoorlie hot rock, I don't know if I think I've got it in fixed, so I better put it into tracking. It is fixed. Okay, into tracking. Give it one more fast track. Fixed. Tracking. Okay, basically there's a little bit of residual there, but it gets rid of the hot rock. So even in tracking, we get about 7 centimeters. I'll just turn this off. I can run that more sensitive, but what happens, the more sensitive you run it, you will start missing bigger targets. It's just the way it works. But you can put a switch on there and you can say, I want to run a small coil, and or you can put variable frequency on it too. And basically you could have this as a tiny little gold sniper or a standard detector, or set it up to go deep. Whatever, we can do things to it. So we'll go back here onto this one. I wish I had the short shaft on this, not this lock-in bizzo, but anyway, that's just how it is. Okay, I'm going to put it on full automatic because I don't want the noise. There we go, and it's full automatic, all metal, basically. What is it? Deep mode. So we'll see what if we can measure it. Might have to get Chari to help. Chari, you might have to grab that. And just on the bottom of it there, just there, sort of on the coil, you know. Let's see how far we can get it. About there. Give it a measure. Yeah, you got to probably put it there like that. That's it. To the bottom of the coil.
7.5, 8.
7.5 or 8.
Yeah.
I'll do it once more, just make sure. See if I can get some more distance. You might have to bring it right up onto it. Yeah. There. No,
8.
8. So that's 8 roughly. I think you gave it a centimetre then, but anyway.
Yeah, 8 centimeters.
Okay, we'll put it in manual. Full manual. Give it as far as it can go. Might be a bit noisy. About there. Give it a rough. Yeah, you're pushing my stick away. Yeah, okay. You're just pushing it like that. That's cheating.
No, I'm trying to see the numbers.
Do it the other end of the ruler and count it backwards or something.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, I've got a better idea.
I've got a better idea.
Watch
that
this.
Will be confusing.
Hang on, I'm going to do this in a particular way so I can lock. Jeez, noisy. About there. There, that's it. Don't move it. You moved it again. There you go.
8.
8. So it's about 8. 8 centimetres in an air test on a 0.0 on a 0.05. So on this thing here, we'll turn him on again, and I was putting it fixed. Jesus. Okay. I might need the ruler back now. Okay. So that's, yeah, I'm under, so we're actually giving that Gold Monster a little bit of an edge there, but no big deal. Actually, I think I'm going to pull that forward a bit. That might be better. There you go. 8. 8. Same. And it's a P.I. It's going to pick up the 0.1 on that. I'll just kill it. Not literally, but it's now quiet. So you can get an old GP Extreme, and you can basically clock the hell out of it, right? Within reason. You don't want to have the flyback remnants and too much ground coming back into the detector and desensitizing it. But we proved that's not happening at these timings or these spacings, because the Kalgoorlie hot rock is really super reactive and it gets rid of that. So there's no problem there. So in that regard, you could probably go get yourself an old GP Extreme. And if you want, I can do all the mods on it to make it super sensitive. You can have one switch, or we can do variable frequency. So you can have the settings for the most tiny gold, and then right down we run huge big pulses for big deep gold. So we can set those detectors up specifically for whatever you want to do. If you want to go use a very tiny coil for sniping tiny gold, yeah, GP Extreme will do it. GP 3000, GP 3500. We can do it to all those detectors. We can even do it to the 2000, but you know, it's getting a bit old in technology, the 2000. 2200, yeah, 2100, all those detectors. We can add variable frequency to all those detectors and massively improve the performance for small gold or big gold or general prospecting. And also we can put in extra amplification stages as well. We can put in the variable gain, which all these detectors do not have. So we can put in variable gain, lower the noise, floor of the, basically just pull out the whole input stage and put a new one in there, and add variable gain. So you got variable frequency, variable gain. If you're on really quiet ground, you crank the gain up, you're going to get all the gold everyone else has walked over. And if the ground is really bad and noisy, then you can put the frequency where you want, adjust the variable gain so that it will handle that ground depending how hot it is. And by doing that, you will then find all the gold everyone else has walked over as well, because they can't hear it in the noise. So you've got to be able to set your detector for the type of gold you're looking for, and also in relation to the ground that you're dealing with. And might as well, onto that as well, throw in coil size. You're not going to go and look for, you know, 0.1s with a coil this big, are you? I mean, people will try. You'll probably get them on the surface as it goes under the winding, but it's really a waste of time doing that. Set your detector up, your coils up, and yeah, like I say, you can resurrect all these older detectors. People think, oh, you know, all these new ones have come out. The old ones are, they're old, you know. It's like an old car, but you know, it still goes from A to B, and you can get the old car and you can put a supercharger on it and fat tires and you know, 2-speed automatic gearbox and do drag racing, and it'll blow away the new stuff anyway. So you can modify anything to do what you want, as long as the basics of it are functional to do what it's meant to do. So we can do that. I mean, did you put the camera on that thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
they can see that, but it's not focused.
it's not focused, no.
You can
But like I say, that thing is, I opened it up, it is covered in dust. I had to repair it, and yeah, but it's like I say, it's just a very old detector, very old. But we can do that. GPX 4500s and 5000s. We can do the same to those. There is a performance edge in those because you have extra modes. But this is all done in just the normal timings. Normal timings. We can get the same depth. Well, actually, the P.I will go deeper than the Gold Monster in mineralized ground. You know, you might be getting air tests like this on a VLF, and you put it on mineralized ground and it goes like this, right? It's no joke. It does. It can even be worse than that, depending on the amount of ironstone and the other nasty stuff that's in our mineralized soils. If you're doing beach sand, it'll be exactly the same. You know, inert material like silica will have no effect on one of these gold monsters. So, and PIs cut through mineralized ground like a hot knife through butter in most cases. So this would have a depth advantage over that, and it will punch deeper. That's what I'm getting at. It'll punch deeper, and it will not, you know, lose depth because of mineralized soil. Where this thing, basically, this will just, yeah, have a real issue with mineralized ground. They all do. All VLFs do. So there's one thing to keep in mind doing air tests on these things is nothing like real mineralized ground. Nothing like it. But on a pulse induction machine, it's much the same. What it does in air, it'll more than likely do in the ground. It just gets down. It works. So that'll do us. That is my challenge I gave myself to do the other day. And yeah, done. Proved. So we can probably get it going better. We could add more gain to it and, you know, really crank it up. And you got to remember too, this is in cancel mode. So a lot of the far field signal what we're getting here is being cancelled by the electronics of the detector. But with a PI, I cannot turn that, run that as a double D or flick it in the mono mode. Else it'll just make a bucket of noise because it's in the workshop. Where these things aren't affected by electrical interference, the VLFs hardly at all really affected, a little bit, but the PIs suffer from electrical interference, so you've got to be out in the goldfield. So horses for courses. But like I say, if you want one of these old detectors done up, let us know. We can do it for you. Just go to DetectorMods.com and send Dave a message. Dave handles everything, and I'm just here doing all the R&D and test stuff now. So, yeah, speaking of that, what's the time? Oops, there it is. 5. Yeah, it's getting a bit late, isn't it? I wanted to go and do the test on these things down here, but...
it's dark outside.
Yeah, okay. Too late.
Getting dark.
Yep, okay. Well, there you go, guys. That is PI versus VLF. And if you want my opinion, the PI wins. The PI wins. But I'm only talking about specific nuggets. 0.05 of a gram. So 0.05. If we start going down smaller and smaller than that, we will get to a point where the pulse induction detector will not detect it. The VLF may still detect it, possibly, but you'd have a lot of reduced depth anyway. So if you want things the size of pinheads, you can probably utilize the VLF detector. You're not going to get much depth. It's probably going to be like something like that. The PI may not get it. PI. Sorry, getting tongue-tied, talking too much. So that's that. All good? Catches.